bandages off. Hi! Welcome to the Inside Out Show. I am Sandra Eze. Thank you for joining us. I have my live audience with me. You are amazing. Thank you for being here today. And of course, I have Charles. Man in purple.
Clap for me now. Clap for me. What's happening?
You ever know? Do you know that song by Prince, Purple Rain, Purple Rain?
Yes. I'm trying colors. Now you advised me.
Yeah,
and
I'm the one wearing black.
You see?
I just figured I should do something different.
You look nice, by the way. Very beautiful.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Okay, so today on the Inside Out Show, we are discussing quite some interesting topic. We're young people, and obviously every young person needs a very strong friend or thereabout. We all need friends, and to a certain extent, I have been lucky to be blessed with amazing people, personalities. Well, human beings, yes, that I call my friends. I've been so lucky. But how about other people, right? There are a lot of people who don't even know what friendship is. They don't even know the basis of friendship. How do I pick out a friend? What do I look out for in a friend? Who really is a friend? What is the limit to friendship? So many questions, which is why today on the Inside Out Show, we are discussing friendship. Basically, we are trying to define friendship. So when next you're at that networking event or some industry events or at a party or in the bus or traveling aboard, wherever you are, you know what to look out for in a friendship. So this discussion starts right after the break. Don't forget, this is the Inside Out Show. We will be right back. Welcome back. This is the Inside Out Show. And before we went on the break, I told us our topic for today, which is defining friendship. What is friendship? So many angles to this big word that just keeps getting broader and broader as the years and centuries goes by. Okay, so this time around, I'm going to introduce you to my guests, my panelists, who will further help us discuss this topic, friendship, and help us understand what's the word, right? Starting with Louisa Mwadioto, who is CEO Luches Beauty. Thank you for being here. And I have Ogaga Oteltu, who is a media personality, and of course, you believe in true friendship. Thank you for being here. Finally, Clara Enawo, who is an educationist. Thank you for being here. Okay, so let's start with, let's define the word friendship. Let me start with you, Ogaga. What is friendship?
Thank you very much. Friendship, dictionary meaning, we could just call it a mutual relationship, mutual acceptance between two persons, two or more persons. It can also describe it as a bond between people that are not even members of your family. A kind of bond, a kind of connection you have with people you're more comfortable with, people you're comfortable to talk to, people you can rely on, people you can call at any time, people you can share your secrets with, So basically, it's a mutual connection between people, relationship between people.
Louisa, do you believe that is definition of friend? Is that the same with you?
Yes. I also just want to add that it doesn't necessarily have to be like, it could be of the opposite sex, between a man, a boy, and a girl, a man and a woman.
You really believe?
It doesn't have to do with age. Between an older person and a younger person, you could be friends. Yes.
Okay. So you really believe that? You do believe that a guy and a girl could be like mutual friends?
Yes, I believe.
Like forever. What's the word? Friend zone.
No, I think friend zone is when the guy is interested in a girl and she's like friend zoning him. Like that's different. This one is friendship. Somebody you've known like for years. You guys are just good friends. This issue of kissing or being in a relationship, like a romantic relationship, never came up. It's just plateaued. It's not an option. It never came up. It's just like that.
Okay. Now, I have further questions for you because you do have a very interesting angle to this topic that I think we all should hear out.
Okay.
You, from the conversations we've had earlier, you are not so lucky with friendship.
No.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think the major problem I had was that I was calling some people, like I was relating with people as though they were friends, but they were not seeing me that way. It could be an issue where you call someone a friend and the person doesn't take you like a friend. You could go the miles for that person. I think that was where I had the problem. So at a point, I realized that this wasn't working. I was just the only one doing all the calling, doing all the shout outs, doing all the what have you in the friendship. So that wasn't working for me.
So that was a deal breaker for you, the fact that you were basically doing everything, making all the effort.
Yes, and when I stopped putting all the effort, nobody called me and
nobody
said,
cared.
"Oh, why? You've been calling me. You used to call me like every other month or every other week. I've not heard from you in a while." So that made me realize I was the only person friending myself.
All right, let me get to you, Clara. What is your friendship story? You obviously, I get information that you love to
I
make
love
friends.
friends, but I'm looking at it. For having going into a friendship or a relationship, so to say, there must be an understanding. I need to understand why I'm in that relationship. Do I understand? Well, like Louisa said something, she was the only one giving, and the other person was taking. So for a friendship, for it to work, it must be a 50-50 thing. I'm giving, you're giving. If that doesn't work, I need to get out. So I must understand why I'm in that friendship or that relationship. Man, man, woman, woman, man, woman, whatever you want. Friendship, there must, whether you're older than me or I'm younger, I must understand why I'm in that relationship.
So, I understand that you love to make
love friends, yes.
Does it mean that every single person you have, which I imagine you have a vast number of friends, does it mean every single person you call a friend that they do everything you've just talked about?
No, but what they don't. But what I believe is that everyone who comes into my life is there for a reason. My friendship might just be a year or 2 months, but I believe for that period, as a friend, there's something I have gotten out from you or something you have taken out from me. You mustn't be my friend forever. I have friends who have been with me for years, for centuries, but I have friends who just come in, walk in, and they walk out. Doesn't mean you're not my friend. So, but everyone who comes across me or comes into my life or I come into their lives, we are friends. But then
they walk in,
some walk in and walk out.
And that means that's the end of the friendship.
Sometimes it ends. Sometimes it ends. Most times it ends because you walk out for a reason. I believe your moment. I want to put it as your moment, so to say, in that relationship is over. Yes. You mustn't be there forever. Not everyone is your friend forever.
Okay. So you have friends for every stage of your life.
Yes,
for
I do.
Every purpose.
I do. Yes.
Ogaga.
I have friends for every stage in my life.
Anyway,
and I have friends who I'm going to meet when I get older. You know, so for every stage in my life, friends and some friends are actually there to mentor you.
Yeah.
Some friends are there as mentors. You know, we were discussing something upstairs, and the friends are there who mentor you and follow you up on your step to step. They are there some are there to just hold forth. And you find friends who are there who sit in the front row who are waiting for your pain. Some are just there laughing and more. They call themselves friends. But then you need to understand why they are there.
And you would also call them friends.
Yes, I have friends who just sit in the front row of your friendship, so to say, and they are there mocking and laughing at you, waiting for you to fall. But if you're able to understand why they are there, then you cut it.
Okay, so Ogaga, let me get to you. Do you agree that there is a friend for every stage in your life? So it's sort of like, I have friends for primary school, and then after primary school, you're done, move aside, and then you move on to secondary school. And after secondary school, I don't need you again. You move on to university, and then your work colleagues, because there are people like that. Do you believe in that kind of friendship?
Literally, I wouldn't want to say I believe in that, but I think that, like she rightly said, there are some friends you have to keep. But at times, circumstances would make some friends live your life. I have a particular story. I had a friend I met in secondary school, wearing that clothes until we got to the university. It was an amazing time. We had a wonderful time. That kind of friend that visits your hostel, you go to a hostel, you sleep in each other's rooms. It was beautiful. We even got out. She actually made me to come to Lagos in the first place, you know. So like, you need to come to this place. We served here, we did everything together. And until she traveled for, I think for a master's, and somehow I traveled and I went to join her. We had a big fight, and we never recovered.
Till date?
So no, we're still close, but like I said, some friends actually fizzle down to becoming mere acquaintances. Yes.
Okay, Louisa, let me get to you. Oftentimes we notice that there are friends with benefits, which is actually what has been in your situation.
Yes.
Is it wrong to have friends with benefits?
It's wrong because you are making me to believe that maybe you are my friend, not just because of what you want to get, but because you like me, not because of maybe the materials or whatever you're going to get from me. So it's not wrong on your own part to know why you're going into that relationship with me, but it is wrong for you to have deceived me into believing that we are friends because we are friends, not because of what you're going to get from me. There's nothing wrong. Most people are takers. They just want to take.
Do you think you're a taker in friendship too? I mean, I know you make all the calls and you make the sacrifices, but can you tell me that you've never been a taker?
No, I don't think I'm a taker.
Wow.
So a giver.
How do you, I mean, I can imagine it's hard
I'm the kind of person that will find it so hard to even ask. Do you understand? I am not. I'm the kind of person that, okay, call this person. Okay, let's hang out. Which venue? Okay, you have to put on this one. So it looks good. Okay, let's set up this WhatsApp group. So all of us can get, can connect. That's my kind of person, you understand? So I'm not the one that would do, okay, because she's Sandra, okay, she has this really nice shoes. Maybe if I'm her friend and I can get, my hands on those shoes and then really use them. And, no, I'm not that kind of person.
Okay, really interesting. Okay. All right, so before we start this discussion, let's just take a walk to the street and find out what they have to say about defining friendship and even how they choose their friends. Take a look.
When it comes to choosing a friend, I'm somebody that is very choosy.
There are some qualities I need to check. Number one, the person must have my own type of quality.
I make my own friends due to what I see in you, which is that particular value that is affecting me positively.
I pick my friends in school. I get to know them by their character and their movements.
I choose my friend based on interest and what I got to achieve with them.
Integrity, most important. That's what I look for. And then if a friend that sticks.
A good advice, a good behavior, and the way they talk.
I choose friends based on those that can add value to my life, that can affect my life positively.
Anything you do, you must be able to add value to yourself and to the person you are impacting. So if you are not gaining anything from both ends, then there's no need hanging out with such a person.
We will have the same value.
A friend is a person that makes you. So definitely, if I want to choose a friend, I have to choose someone that we walk parley.
And I always like friends that can criticize me, to put me on my toes. In order to be able to check something check and balance for my attitude or whatever.
Someone that understands me and I also understand the person.
I look at the people that have the same career focus as I am. I can't just go on the street and choose real friends as friends. The people that can impact me positively and I myself can give back to them.
There's nowhere you cannot get any benefit or advantage from anybody. So you don't underrate anybody anyhow.
Okay, so really interesting, Charles. Really
Very
interesting views.
Yes, I must
I
say.
noticed that they had a lot of people were talking about understanding, which now getting to you, my panelists. I noticed that except for one lady who said someone who understands me and someone who I understand as well, most people were just talking about someone who understands me, someone who understands. And I'm thinking, isn't that a selfish angle to it? What if someone understands you and you don't understand the person?
Okay, I think I like the part where someone actually picked my point there, where you get someone to tell you the truth. I always like having friends that put me what do you call it now? Reality check. You know, having a friend to tell you the truth. Not everybody, not every friend will be able to speak into your life. Some people just see you and they adore you. Oh, you have this. They can't tell you the truth, that this is what is going on. Okay, this and this is what you should do. Some friends are just there. They call them, and our leaders suffer this a lot. They've got loads of psychophants around them that don't tell them the truth. You understand? They're doing the bad thing and they're just fanning the embers and just telling them, you know what, you're doing well. It will take somebody that is close to them, that is truly a friend, to tell them the truth. That you know what, that decision you took was wrong. That decision is not affecting the people positively. I think you should have a rethink. So, fine. It's very important. It's one quality that's very important in friendship. Another thing is talking about adding value. You cannot give me what you don't have. You understand? If you have something I think I can learn from, I would want to stick with you. And if you have something, if you have something and you think you can learn from me, you would want to stick with me. There's something she said earlier on, which is quite really, really very important, which is that she was always reaching out to friends. There's some friends that actually are takers. You asked her a question about having friends that will benefit. I've seen friends that will stick to you because you have a ride and they're no mobile. You want to be dropping them everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes, some friends do that. Some friends will even tell you, you know what, okay, what's it called now? You've got something I want. I know someone that whenever there's an event, hey, please let me know, I'll jump around. You understand? But if I have something to do, I wouldn't call that person a friend. I see such people as acquaintances.
Yes.
So it's very
Okay. All right, acquaintances, that is another word. But let me ask you, Ogaga said something about having a friend because, let's say, you're mobile, I'm not mobile. I'm like, oh, she lives around. Let me just make her my friend so she could always drive me to work. Or there is a friend for red carpet, you slay together. Or there is a friend for debate. Whenever I want to read till daybreak, you just go to their house and you just know, this person is my reading partner. Isn't that okay? I feel that is okay.
But we all want, every relationship we find ourselves, I think we all want benefits. I don't think there's a relationship I'm in, whether it's my husband, whether it's a friend, that I don't want something from you. So friends with benefits, I think it applies to every one of us. I don't think, you said you're accepting friends, you're a business person. But all those friends you're accepting, you will want them to come to your shop to do business. So you want a benefit from them.
But
you are also a presenter. You will need friends along the line to support you in what you do. So I think even if you're going with your car, I don't have a car, I want to go for a party, I need people around me. I think we all are in a friendship or a relationship for benefits. Whether it's to join your car, or whether it's to help my business, or whether it's I need a quick loan, or I'm having a school, I need some, I think we are, I don't know about acquaintances, but I think it's all about giving and taking. I'm giving, you are taking, I'm giving. You understand?
Okay.
So I think for any relationship, it's a give and take thing. So do you understand? I don't know if you're flowing. We're all in it for benefits.
Louisa, you seem to disagree.
We are all in it for benefits. Yes, I'm going to be your friend because you are going to be my friend on Facebook because you want me to come to your spa and do some form of therapy.
That is
right?
not.
I'm going to have a spa.
Is that friendship?
Louisa.
I don't know. Is that friendship?
She said, Ogaga said something about
friendship.
Acquaintances.
Okay, so maybe acquaintances.
Different levels of friendship.
I would like to say those are they're usually acquaintances. They're not friends.
They're not
because
friends.
as you grow older, you discover that you take out time to deliberately choose your friends.
Yes.
Not everybody can speak into your life. Not everybody can be your friend. Not everybody can know you. I'm one person that I'm very careful with people. I'm extremely careful to refer. I try to really know you, to try to understand who are you.
Yeah.
I don't just invite people to my apartment.
No.
Do you
That's one
feel
thing about me. So before
On that note, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we're still discussing friendship, and then we'll move forward to defining limits in friendship. Should there be limits? Should you say, I love you, but you dare not sleep in my room. You dare not visit my house. Limits like that. This and so much more after the break. Stay with us. This is the Inside Out Show.
Coming up next on the show.
Does religion affect your choice of friends?
No, I can't. I can't even have her as a friend because I know I'll be deceiving myself and deceiving her.
They're not friends. They are acquaintances. They're just people that you just talk to for the sake of that, maybe that business.
Your religion, to a large extent, affects your relationship with people because you know you're on the same level. You understand the same thing. You reason. You don't have to argue.
At what point do you call a person your best friend?
Okay. All right, welcome back. It's still the Inside Out Show, and we're discussing friendship, defining friendship. Charles,
Yes.
let's have your comments and then what's going on social media.
Okay, good. So quick comment. I have questions as well. I am of the school of thought that I share the same school of thought that you share, that says before we can be friends, there must be value added. I don't believe I should have a long train of friends. There should be something I'm gaining from you. Back in secondary school, I used to speak terribly, and there was this girl who came back from the UK, and I loved upon her because I wanted to speak well. What happened afterwards was history, basically, but that's
She rubbed off on you.
Yes, actually. Yeah. I loved upon her, and it's what it is now. But I have a question for Clara. She made mention of the fact that we have levels of friendship. I'm a bit confused. We've been using the term friends. Are acquaintances friends? Because when you guys talk, when she said levels of friendship, what popped in my head was acquaintances, friends, and best friends. But I want to be clear. Are acquaintances actually friends or random people? And then at what point do you call a person your best friend?
Best friend. I think a best friend, I can allow you into my bedroom. We can sleep on the same bed. But for a friend, maybe my house, but it ends in my sitting room. So everything has a level. But an acquaintance, I don't give you the address to my house. We can meet at parties and we party all day. We can meet at events, meet in the offices, but everything has a level. I need to be able to draw the line. I know who I'm going to allow into my heart, into my bedroom. Or some people will come into your house and they paint a different picture. Or some people come into your bedroom and it's something else. But I know where to draw the line. An acquaintance won't even find the address of my house. Stay there so that you don't say my house is upside down. Or you don't say my house, I say in the bush. Let it be. But I know who I can allow in. So I need to also protect my heart. And then myself as a person. So I have different levels of friendship, like I said earlier. And everyone has a benefit. Every friendship, whether it's an acquaintance, whether it's a friend, whether it's a BFF, there's a benefit from both parties. I must be able to get something from you, and you must get something from me.
Louisa, do you have the same view?
Yes, to an
Considering
extent.
that Instagram meme I just give out.
Yes, to an extent, but I don't know because I don't have a BFF, so I might not be able to answer that correctly. But I do know that in my business place, there are people that I talk to. They come into the shop, we sit, we talk, we laugh, gist, say a lot of things, and they don't even have a clue about where I live. They don't know my children. They don't even know how many children I have. So those are they're not friends. They are acquaintances. They're just people that you just talk to for the sake of that, maybe that business. Yes, so there are levels.
Okay, wow. Now I'm getting to another angle. Can we have what's going on social media first before I get to the next question?
And we said, we captioned this picture. Do you have a friend for every stage of your life, and why is that? And a certain Frederick says, life is a stage, and I have met quite some friends during each stage of my life, through primary school, secondary, and of course, university level. And all of these stages have been so interesting and also challenging.
Okay, right. So don't forget to go to our social media pages. That's the Inside Out Show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And just let us know your comments, your stories. We would love to hear from you. So please do that right away. Now let's get back to the discussion. Friendship and religion. Does religion affect your choice of friends? Ogaga, start with you.
Oh yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, your religion does, because there is nothing.
To what degree?
To a very large extent.
Okay.
I was telling them, up there, that I attended a conference yesterday, women conference, and I saw the way they celebrated God. I saw the way they celebrated my religion, which is Christianity. I saw the way they weren't ashamed to talk about God as women. And I called a friend of mine, I said, if I was having any doubts about joining this group, I think this is sealed. I think I should join it because I want to be in a place where I can talk about my God. I want to be in a place where I'll be comfortable sharing my religion. So to a large extent, and like we said, I made some few friends. And who knows, something might just grow from there. So your religion, to a large extent, affects your relationship with people because you know you're on the same level. You understand the same thing. You reason. You don't have to argue. Recently, I had an argument with a new friend of mine that does not believe in the Christendom when you're in Christ, you don't have to deal with anything from the roots, your father's side or your mother's side. Now, automatically, you don't have any business with them. We had a pretty disagreement on that.
Okay.
Yes, on that. But the truth is, if we had belonged to the same religion and we understand the Bible the same way and all of that, so that will not crop up. So, to a large extent, for you to have peace, it's not like you cannot have friends outside your religion. Please don't get me wrong.
Personally, for
you can make very good friends outside. Yes, with my kind of job, my profession, what I do, I've come to be so open-minded. I respect your religion. I respect whatever you choose to do. I don't go there. I don't cross the boundaries because I know people hold their religion there to themselves, and so you don't have to say anything that would affect them. So as much as possible, I respect your religion, I respect you, and I expect you to reciprocate that as well and respect my religion. So
okay. Clara, let me hear from you. Does religion affect, let's say you're, what's your religion?
I'm a Christian.
Okay, you're a Christian. So, well, there are other religions. So would you consider having a Muslim or a Buddhist or someone who practices Judaism, would you want to have them, or an atheist even, would you want to have them as a best friend?
No,
do they
I can't.
qualify?
I can't.
Why not? Because of religion?
I can't and I won't.
Not even if they have all the qualities you like, they even care for you much more than you care for them.
I try so hard not to be friends, sorry to say it, get too close to those of a different religion because of maybe personal issues. Because it's difficult to relate. I'm also in the church. I'm busy in the church. So I need to be able to discuss my religion with you. I need to be able to discuss issues in the church, so to say, in the body of Christ with you. And if you can't help me, there is no point you being close to me. I was somewhere where I had to pick up a couple of people, sometime in my car. And there was somebody, sorry to say, who had this hijab on. And I said I couldn't pick her. And they said, well, I said, because I didn't even know who she was. Can you take off your, sorry, I don't think I should be saying that here, but I didn't,
no, it's fine, go on.
I didn't
strongly your opinion.
like the fact that I would have that kind of person in my car. And they said, no, she's part of it. I said, no, I can't. I can't even have her as a friend because I know I'll be deceiving myself and deceiving her. So I'd rather have somebody who is of the same religion.
Of the same mindset.
Mindset. We have the same understanding. It's easier to relate with somebody who has the same religion, so to say. I don't know if Muslims can move together, Christians, the atheists, the Buddhists, whatever.
Don't you think that's bringing about discrimination in the society?
No, we will always be discriminated about whether you have friends, we have male discrimination, the women, the children, everything. But to me, that's my own personal view.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, what about tribe or race?
No, tribe doesn't matter. I have friends from everywhere.
Okay.
I have friends, but I still few Muslim friends, few of them from the north, but still, I still look at religion as key in my own relationship with anybody. I was careful even when I was dating before I got married for 21 years now. Wow. I was careful on who I was dating because of that mindset. Maybe probably the way I was brought up, it's difficult for me. And I'm bringing up my kids in that way, having somebody from a different religion. I tell them I don't want that in my home, maybe because I've brought them up. It's not easy to relate with someone with a different religion, no matter what. If you get into marriage with somebody from a different religion, there are going to be issues. I don't know how you want to understand. Maybe we are deviating now from the question, I don't know. But it's going to be difficult to understand each other. My mindset, your mindset, totally different.
As interesting as your views are, that's a topic for another day.
Another day.
I'll just leave it by the time. But I think they're rather interesting. And if it wasn't for our topic, I would dig deeper into your views. But let's move away for a second.
Okay.
Louisa, does religion play a major role in your choice of friendship, best friends, or I don't know, friendship generally?
General friendships, no. Religion does not, it doesn't matter. If you are Muslim, if you're Christian, if you're my friend. But best friend, for us to be deep, I have friends who are Muslims. I think it's generally due to upbringing, how you grew up, where you grew up, the schools you went, you know. So if you grew up in a certain place that, or in a certain area, you have Christians, that's where I grew up. So, and then there was nothing. There was Kafayat, there was Kazim, there was this, and we all grew up together.
Every tribe,
so,
every
yes, there's Ahmed, there's Muhammad. So to me, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, fantastic. All right, is there a best place to make friends? Some people would say it's at a networking event. Some people would say never make a friend at a club. I mean, yeah, there are specifics. I know my mother, well, mom.
All moms.
my mom would say, don't ever make a friend at a club. Like, you never see useful, responsible people at a club. Some people have that mindset. And then others would say the best place to make friends is in the church. And others would say, you know, yeah. So is there any best place to make a friend?
No. At the bus stop,
Anywhere.
in the club, at the hospital, anywhere you can make friends.
Okay. All right, so on that note, we'll go on a break. And when we come back, it's time to get questions and comments from our audience. Don't go anywhere. This is the Inside Out Show. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on the show.
I want to ask that, is there a need for ones to consider peer group in selecting or choosing your friends?
I understand if you cannot make it up, make it to my wedding or come to the naming ceremony or do all those things, but try to make it up.
But if you were to be in that position, how would you feel when you have no friend around to offer you support? That's why we have families, which is why our families are our best friends.
Welcome back. It's still the Inside Out Show, and on the show today we are discussing defining friendships, your views on friendships. And so far, my guests, my panelists, I have to say you've done such an amazing job. Ogaga, Louisa, Clara, it's been so interesting listening to them, right? Yeah. Absolutely, I do agree. Okay, so Charles, before we get to my audience, let's have your views.
I have a question. Now, I saw a post online. And as much as I don't really agree with it, but I thought to, put it out there. It says, misfortune shows those who are not really friends. I feel this is not true. I'm not the type of person who wants to suffer. You're my friend, yes, you might be going through stuff, and you tell me about it. From a distance, I could, it's well with you, you're gonna get through it. But I'm not the type who would want to come and, rub your back and rub your feet. Does it make me a bad person?
When we talk about misfortune, I assume you've not experienced any form of misfortune that would make you need friends and would make you want to say, I thought I had some. When you're left all alone, you're left in the sun to dry. That's what that is talking about. When you have an experience that got to you so badly and you needed friends to come, when we're talking about the definition of friendship, we're talking about friendship, we're talking about friends that will be there for you. When the going gets good, it gets bad, people that will be there to rub your back. People you can offer your shoulder to cry on. There's some persons you can actually talk to. She was talking about BFF. There's some people you can really tell everything. And how would you feel when you go through problems and you're going through challenges and that person is not there for you? That's what it's all about. I had an experience that, I won't call it life-threatening, an experience that transformed my life, that gave me a whole different view about friendship. Part of the reason I'm a bit skeptical with making friends, and I'm very, very selective with making friends. And that was when I knew if actually I had friends. That was when I knew the true friends I had. People you've always been there for. People you've always supported, financially, emotionally, everything. And when you needed them, they were not there. Yeah.
Maybe you're the type who loves to offer attention, like she said. And maybe that friend is not the type who would want to rub.
If it's a genuine friend, if it's a genuine friend, part of the reasons why I had to switch, I had to put you in that position. Because you have to ask yourself, if I were to be in this position, such a thing happened to me. Yeah, I'm not the giving type, okay? I'm the type that wants to stay back and say, hey, hello, how is it going on there? But if you were to be in that position, how would you feel when you have no friends, no friend around to offer you support? That's why we have families, which is why our families are our best friends. Our families are our best friend, because the world may crumble over, the world may shake and everything, but guess what? Your parents got your back. Your family's got your back. That experience I told you about, I had just my family and my mentors. And I'm so happy I spoke with the MD and I told her, you know, she told me, she said, welcome to the real world. He said, be grateful to God you had this experience at this age of yours. At least you're still young. Because when you get there, it's going to come. Most of these big guys will look at that. Most of these great men will celebrate today. They've gone through some of those experiences. Part of the reasons why you see that, you know what, they don't keep too many friends, because they know the real friends. They know some of them are just there for the money, some are just there for the fame, some are just there for everything around them. But the genuine friends are those that win the business. Maybe you have a container and it collapses on the road and you lose billions of naira. Those are the ones that will call you and say, how are you feeling? Are you sure you're okay? I know you lost that money. You took that money as a loan from the bank. How are you coping? That's what a true friend would do.
Let me put myself on the line here. My friends have sworn for me a lot of time. I mean, I had to use that word because that's like Nigerian term. I'm not the person, I kind of have the issues you have, the challenges you have with friends. I'm the kind of person who, if you need me, I'll be there for you. I'll try everything possible to be there for you. But I will not pick up the phone to call you and say, hey, how are you doing? I won't do that. But to you, would you consider my kind of person someone you would want to be friends with? Considering the fact that I'm doing the one thing that you don't like.
You know, first and foremost, this happened over a period of time.
Okay.
These are friends that have done, like, let's say we've done those things together. I didn't realize. And then I lost my father. They were not there. I got married. No, none of them were there. On my wedding day, had a baby, none. Had another one, none. So it's not just like, oh, she didn't call me just this once. This happened over a period of time.
That's extreme.
There were events that led to this. Okay. So I just had to look at myself and say, no, these people are not your friend. They are not.
Okay. All right. So now my mind is clear. At least I try to be there for their weddings.
It's a very different thing. It's not like an immediate. Of course, some people are like that. They won't even respond to WhatsApp chats. I have a friend. I know someone that no matter what you text her, you will text like a whole 4 lines. She just goes LOL.
But do you keep that kind of friend?
She just goes like just a smiley.
That kind of friend?
But she will come to me. She will come. She will hear that something happened, and she will come and ask you, how far have you gone this? Have you gone this space? You know. Have you asked this person, just do this? She's not the chatty type. She's not the phone type. I understand that. Okay. But when you have events, it's just like he's asking. Misfortune. Misfortune is an event. It's something that has happened to that person. So also a joyous occasion. She could just have had maybe a baby or a wedding. So that's what friends are for those events. You have to be there. If you are not there, you have to have a genuine reason for you not to be there. And you have to make it up in some way. I understand if you cannot make it up, make it to my wedding or come to the naming ceremony or do all those things, but try to make it up. Just meet up somewhere. Just do something. Don't just stay and be like, well, anyway,
the sacrifice plays a major role.
Yes.
Okay, so now, audience questions, it's your time now.
You know, when you come to the idea of friendship, they say, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. Your character will portray the kind of friends you keep. Generally, I don't have friends and I don't desire to have friends because from my past experience, what friends have done is enough to even put them aside, because me, I mingle with everybody, both male and female. That's why when you are making friends, you have to try and be selective. You try and study the person, know the kind of background he or she is from. Don't be in a hurry to make friends, because the kind of person that you think that is very close to you, that is your best friend, one day you will regret having that person as your friend because that person may be a betrayer or a backstabber. So generally, when you make friends, try and be careful about the person you are meeting. Try and know the kind of person you are trying to make friends with so that you don't have yourself into any problem.
All right. Okay.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm from a school of thought that I believe that a true friends are like fence. They safeguard you from offenses. So, but permit me to establish one fact. In one's life, one needs to categorize your friends. Like myself, when I was in school, I have my political friends. I have my church friends. I have my club friends. I have my academic and career friends. So, and I know how to relate with all of them. When I'm in church, I know I'm in church. When I'm in my class, we know how far have you done your assignment, I've done mine. Have you done this, I've done mine. And when I aspire for a post at SUG, I have my friends. I correlate both church friends, club friends, political friends, all together to have my own. So I believe in one's life, you just have to categorize. You don't expect everybody to be egalitarian. We are not equal. Yeah. So if you are up to 90%, someone might be just 20%. Don't judge them. That's just human being for you. But that's just my comments. But I want to ask that, is there a need for ones to consider peer group in selecting or choosing your friends? And why, if yes? And if no, why? Thank you.
Either way, you tell us why. Why? Okay, so who are you directing your question to? Anybody want to take it?
Okay. I don't think
quickly,
so.
All three.
I don't think so. You can have friends who are, you know, from any walks of life, those who are older, those who are younger. You see, at any point in time, they will come in handy. For those who are older, you might get to a situation or you might get to a challenge that you need those to help you out, those who are older. And it gets to a point you have those, you know, in the same age group with you. And then those who are younger, sometimes I have friends who are younger and I need them for something. I call them and they're up and about. Hey, I need this, I need that. Sometimes they even help me with my Facebook. I have friends who look, I'm having this, and I ask them, what is LOL? Or what is and they tell me, auntie, and they're helping me out. They're your Facebook chat, and you know, they're doing all of that. So you have friends who are younger than you, and you have friends who are older. You know, when sometimes you have the money back, sometimes who are older, who maybe you have a challenge or you have a financial issue, you want to call, I have this, or uncle, I have this, auntie, I have this, and they're friends, and they take you out. Sometimes you hang out, and they advise you in that their own, you know, way. So I think having friends, older, younger, same age group, it's okay. It's cool. Yeah.
Coming up next on the show.
The area which I have issues with now is the issue of religion and friendship. I don't agree with that.
More often than not, what happens is that the bad people intend changing you that is a good person because they sort of win you over to join the gang.
What are the criteria you look out for when you want to choose your BFF?
Before I see whether you are Muslim or Hausa or Igbo, I see you as a human being.
All right, anybody want to pick on that again? Okay, I think that's pretty much answered.
The part that I'm about to raise up is something I've not really had, and I've been waiting for any of the panelists to say it because they're just saying selecting, because there are some people whereby you're in an area or you're in an area that maybe they have the good friends, they have the bad friends. The bad friends may like to associate with you. So do you say because of his bad, you don't associate with him? Because I've seen many people that say, yes, he's bad there. Why are you following a bad person? But me, I always encourage them that if you see somebody who is bad, just don't discriminate or like say, he's bad, he's a bad person. Always make that person see the good in you that he can deposit in his life. But some people just say, my daddy or my mom said if I see a bad person, don't associate with him or something like that. So I'm just trying to put it like a question, how you advise to those people now, because if you leave them like that, they might grow up with it, and you see that you also played a part in the role of that person becoming or ruining his life. So that's my question to you.
A teenager is a good one. Fine, I like the point you mentioned that you would want your good in you to affect the person. You want to impact them positively. Who knows, they might change along the line, isn't it? You're moving with the area boy, and we all know what happens to the regular area boy. What they call them in Lagos now. This guy is a regular street guy, street ushers, and all of that. And you and I know what happens to them when the police raids a particular street.
All of them.
You may not be bad, but because you're their friend, and they come to pick them up, do you know what will happen to you? You get picked up too.
As well.
You understand? Not because you're bad. You have a sole aim to say, okay, you know what? Adebayo, I want Adebayo to change. Adebayo's ways, I don't like it. But because you're hanging out with Adebayo, thanks to the last speaker that mentioned that, the adage that says, the kind of friend the kind of person you are reflects the kind of friend you move with.
Yeah.
Show me your friend.
Show me your friends.
I'll tell you who you are. People already believe that you're like those bad people. You understand? Among those bad guys, one of them, really, the truth is, one of them might want to say, you know what, I want to be friends with this guy. I like the way he does these things. He's not like us. He doesn't hang on the street like us and all of that. And he wants to take out time to come meet you. If you see that such a person genuinely wants to be like you, you'll see how you can help the person on your own to affect the person positively. This is what I do. I take out time to read my books. It's not like I don't go out. I don't smoke. I don't take weed. Those are hard drugs. My parents told me those things are not good. And as time goes on, if the person is actually interested, the person would change. And then we will say that you've made an effort. You've done something good. But in most cases, more often than not, what happens is that the bad people intend change in you that is a good person, because they sort of win you over to join the gang. You don't smoke, you don't drink, and all of that, and they join you.
Okay, go on.
Talking about friendship, I want to talk to Louisa, sorry.
Yes.
That making friends that may not is one, you have to find. I find that I have to love myself, make friend with myself first. Yeah. So by the time I make friend and appreciate myself, I'll be able to, they will see it and come, and then I will choose and find out. Selecting friends are very important. It's very, very important to select from my experiences. Sure. So there are friends you just have to let go and move forward. Now, friends, they may not be active in your life, but as far as they are not pulling you down, they may still go first.
I think that's very valid.
My question is to you, Ogaga. What are the criteria for choosing a BFF? Because I know there are friends, there are acquaintances, but BFF, they are like your best friends. So what are the criteria you look out for when you want to choose your BFF?
I don't think I'm the best person to answer because I do not have a BFF, so I don't think the criteria. But if I want to give a criteria at all for having friends, friends that you have same values and goals, same plans, you relate together. You can give, the person gives. You're not just the giver. The person gives back to you. You understand? A friend that you can actually sit down and relate. And I do not play with a friend that can put you what we call now the reality check friend. Yes. That can tell you the truth. And now that I don't have BFF, the people I have now are mentors that speak over my life, that I can talk to. Older friends that I can talk to and can relate to, I can talk to. And guess what? Mentors don't go out there saying no manner of lies about you, telling no manner of stories, peddling no manner of rumors about you. So I'm more comfortable with keeping mentors than BFF.
Okay, so let's have another question.
Since we were talking about you can't keep friends that are not of the same religion with you. Now, if such a friend has a lot of things to offer to you, like he has a lot of things to give to, like to learn from the person, is such friendship how should I put it? Like, can you let go such friendship just because the person is not of the same religion with you? Thank you.
Okay.
I usually don't. I'm always particular about my religion when I'm making friends, but I won't allow that relationship to go further than that. I'll always peg it where it is. Even if you have a lot to offer me, but the religion in me is so strong that it will help me keep that relationship where it is. It's not possible to go further than that. Sorry, that's my personal view.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, that's my personal view. People have different
I respect
views, but that's my own view.
Yeah, I respect it. As I mentioned earlier, maybe because I'm a journalist and I work with different people and all of that. While I was in school, I was a little bit restricted to think that way. But You've got a wonderful relationship with this Muslim lady. Please enjoy it. You'll be surprised she's just the door to your next level. You understand? Apart from what you see to get from her tomorrow, you may just be one person that God is going to use in helping her life. And like we all Christians want to believe, we want to win them over, just like they want to win you over. So who knows who wins the other person over next, you know? So what the thing is, enjoy it. It shouldn't stop you.
It shouldn't stop,
You
but
just
then
have to
you
be
draw the
careful.
line. That's
No,
careful. Be
if you're
careful.
drawing
It's
the
drawing the
line,
line.
you're going to be restricting yourself. I'm going to agree with you in the area of marriage because that I know that it cannot be compromised. Your religion comes to play. But talking about friendship, you should be open, you should be liberal enough to relate with people from all walks of life. Maybe because I've traveled a lot, you know, meet loads of people and all of that. So I'm more open to accepting people because only then you can be able to get the good in them.
Okay. All right.
Okay, for me, friendship should be an open thing, irrespective of your religious belief, wherever you are. I mean, it should be an open thing. I quite agree with every point we have said, but the area which I have issues with now is the issue of religion and friendship. I don't agree with that. Like she said, growing up, she had people that are Muslims around her that are friends. Kazim is there, Clara is there, I mean, Chigoze is there. Yetunde is there. I mean, friendship was sweet. It shouldn't be a thing of, okay, because you're a Muslim. To be honest with you, if we look back, most of us that are Christians, people that we really trusted to become our friends, even in the church, are the ones that betrays us most. So a Muslim can be your friend. I don't agree with the point of, oh, because you're a Muslim, I mean, there should be a restriction. You're not my friend. And you not taking the person into your car. For me, I feel it's discrimination. I mean, you can put a Muslim in your car. Your life can be an example to the person. Before you know, the person even emulates from you and even changes from his or her religion to yours. I don't believe your religion should be a restriction to friendship. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Would you want to react to that?
I think it's everyone's opinion. That's my own opinion.
Yes, I think
but I've heard a few people, I know a few people who do not mix with Christians. Some will tell you they can't afford to have Christian friends. So because we are Christians here, saying that the other way, they say that too. They have a line, they draw a line between having friends who are also Muslims with them and having Christians because our mindsets are different. I must have someone who can reason with me, who can understand me the way I am, who will even be clashing. I don't want to have quarrels with you. Oh, I'm going to church today. No, you can't go. Oh, I'm going to the mosque. No, I need somebody that we're on the same page. You understand? And then we grow our friendship together to the level we want it to be. So I always put a limit on who I want to be my friend. I think that's it for me.
I grew up my parents never called me and said they don't make friends with this kind of person. I have Muslim friends, very good ones. They come to my house. This is a couple. In fact, if my husband is watching that, he will be laughing. One of his best friends is Alaji. Alaji will call him during Salah. We'll go visiting. Christmas, they will come. I have never said I want to go to church or this thing happened in our church. In fact, Alaji will be like, hey, so that your pastor can do that. Okay, invite me for your next program or all those kind of things. So it never really bothered me. So that formed my own perception as a human being. It's a personal feeling. Before I see whether you are Muslim or Hausa or Igbo, I see you as a human being. Are you okay? Are you a good person? Whatever you do, I believe it doesn't have anything to do with your religion. It is your person that is doing that to me.
Okay. All right. So, and Charles?
I personally feel before
you don't like poor people.
Before you choose friends, have a long bucket list. You see that thing you just said is very key. Have a long bucket list, and as you pick your friends, you check. Yes? For me, top of my list is finances. I have been broke, I've been there. And I want to have friends around me who are financially stable, so they motivate me to want to be better, richer. And of course, I mean, there are times when, it could be really tough, and you need friends you could call. I can't have friends around me who are, lower, and then we're also together and say it's well. No, it doesn't work that way.
Charles, I'm actually going to round off. Learn to sacrifice. Sacrifices are major in any relationship, whether work relationship and all that. And also, be honest. Friendship is also about honesty. I need to be able to know that when everybody is telling me yes, 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 that you will tell me no, and I can hang my life on that no that you tell me. I would know that out of all those voices, I can listen, aside from my inner voice, that I can listen to your voice and know that this is the truth. That's what I believe friendship is. So thank you everyone for being a part of today's episode of the Inside Out Show. I am so grateful, and it's been a great show. Thank you, my panelists. You are awesome. We had a great show. Right. And my audience, shout. Thank you. All right, until the next episode of the Inside Out Show, see you then. And our appreciation goes to Dija Rabiu, Beauty by Omalicha, Abel Cell Nigeria Limited. And of course, please remember to go to our Facebook page and Twitter and Instagram. That's the Inside Out Show. Follow us and please post your comments and whatever else you want to do. Share your story. Anything you want to do, our page is yours. Use it to your advantage. Till the next episode of the Inside Out Show, take care. God bless you. Wow.